Okay, this is Scratch Week 1, Session 2, and here you can see that I'm shrinking my sprite by using the arrows that are in the top, making my sprite larger now. You can also stamp your sprite. You can make a copy of him. You see down below, I made a copy of him, and now I'm going to cut him out by using the scissors because I don't want to use this sprite. I want to choose a different sprite. It's down below at the bottom right hand corner. You'll see some choices. Just click the one that looks like a sprite, and you'll pull up a whole catalog of things that you can use. Animals, fantasy, letters. I like these letters. They are awesome. People, things, transportation. But we're going to go back to fantasy. We're going to use one called Gabo. Now, you see here that I'm moving Gabo all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my green flag, and I'm going to go to motions, and I'm going to go to something called go to X. And right now it says 187 negative and positive 5. Well, if you look on the bottom right hand corner, right here, I'm circling it, you'll see my arrow moving and the numbers changing. That's because this whole screen right here is a grid. This whole thing is a grid. It's an invisible grid, but the numbers change as you move your mouse over them. It's a very helpful tool because it tells us where to place our sprites. Right now I'm trying to go for 0, 0. Very difficult to do. So now I'm at x0, y negative, and now I'm at y0. Okay, you get the point. It's as close as I can get. But Gabo is over to the left, and he's at negative 187.5, where I left him. What this means is whenever I click that green flag, he's going to go there, because that's what I want him to do. In my story or my characters, I always want him to go there. I don't want to ever have to grab him and drag him around. See? He goes there. I move him there. I click the green flag. He's back in his spot. Gabo is a good boy, back in his spot. All right, now I'm going to teach you guys how to glide. So you grab the glide code, you put it there. What this says is he's going to go there, but he's going to glide to 249, negative 19. So if I click the green flag, he goes to where he's supposed to, and he glides to 249, negative 19. Except he glided kind of quickly, didn't he? What I'm going to do to make this just more effective is I'm going to change the x to 187 and 5. So what it is instead of negative 187, it's a positive 187. And 5 is the line he glides across to make it perfect. Now I'm gliding for 5 seconds. Now I'm going to glide for 50 seconds. You choose which one you like best. Obviously the 50 seconds is kind of slow. Notice when I clicked on that whole code that it still worked. That's because you can. You see it highlighted when that happens too. I'm going to glide for 3 seconds. That seems to be the best speed. Okay. What if I put the whole thing in a forever loop? Well, he should glide forever. So he should go to x negative 187.5, glide for 3 seconds, and then go back. Glide for 3 seconds, go back. Glide for... So it gives you the appearance that he's actually walking through your screen. It's kind of like a cartoon. Now I'm going to change the backdrop. You see I selected the backdrop. I can even go to the moon if I want to. I've got indoors, outdoors, and other. So I'm going to change just simply to a red brick wall. My backdrops can even have scripts. Something we'll talk about later. Right now, we're just going to go to Gabo. So you see Gabo gliding through, but he's more like he's floating over the sidewalk and not walking on the sidewalk. So let's bring him down to the sidewalk. And you see my numbers change. It's now -187, -50 something. So I'll leave the 187, but I'm going to change that y to -50. Should I change that y to? We'll find out. I'm going to need to change that y. See, he kind of looks like he's floating upward. So both of my y's there need to be the same. So let's change that to -50. There we go. He's gliding across the sidewalk. Looks so much better. And he's walking through, as if the building and the sidewalk go forever.